Okay, there we go. There we go.
It's time.
You guys hear that?
It's time. Everyone get ready. Get ready for the 8-Bit Show! The best show around. The only video game show.
The only one brave enough to cover all 8 bits.
Hello and welcome everyone to the 8-Bit Show. I'm Frankie1029. With me today are my lovely co-hosts, as always, Coffee and Corn Dogs.
Hello.
And Two Littles 505.
That's me.
That is you. Yeah. We had some technical difficulties. We got through them.
Yeah. For now.
For now.
I'm sure they'll rear their ugly heads again.
Yeah. That's, you know how it goes.
That's the name of the game.
Right. But yeah. Here to talk to you about games, news, games.
Gaming news.
Gaming news.
News.
All the thing. I don't know about news.
Ew.
I mean, if game news is depressing, the news isn't gonna be, worth it.
There won't.
That's fair.
Time to get into all that.
Yeah. So yeah, how you guys been?
Good.
Pretty good.
Good. Anything new and exciting?
Not really.
Fair.
Yeah. Nothing exciting. Working lots of hours at work.
Mm-hmm. Gotta make that money.
More exciting there.
Fortunately, you gotta make that money.
Yeah. Get out there and shake it.
Yep. Well, yeah, I don't got much either. So, shall we jump into the news?
I guess.
Yeah. I guess we shall.
Christian, you can go first.
All right. I was going to start with like the oldest stuff I've got. Which since we missed last week, because someone had a headache and then our D&D game went a lot longer than normal. Or well, it just went well.
You went the perfect amount of time.
There were some guys last week who, some hackers who tried to hold stuff hostage from Take-Two and GTA. Apparently they had, hacked some information and they threatened to release it. They were like holding it for like $250,000 ransom.
Damn.
Take-Two did not give in. did not pay that.
Yeah.
The information got leaked. It turns out it was not worth much. It was just some like financial information. But like interestingly enough, it kind of shows that like GTA makes like a fuck ton of money from PlayStation more so than the rest, but PlayStation and Xbox like vastly beating out PC as far as revenue goes.
Oh yeah.
By quite a bit, which I think makes sense. I know a lot of people who buy like the consoles just so they can play GTA.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think
especially when they take like a year or two before like the new GTA's ever hit
Yeah.
place or PC anyways.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where it's like, well, GTA is kind of looked at as like a console game, right? I mean,
Yeah, kinda.
I mean, like
I mean, it used to just be like a PlayStation exclusive thing.
oh yeah, oh, that's old. Actually, first GTA's, were they simultaneously released on PC as well?
I think so.
The old top-down ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were.
Because I had GTA 2 for the PC, but I played the first one in London through the regular PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know we had to go all the way to the UK to play it.
That's how much of an exclusive it was. Yeah, no, I mean, it's not too surprising, honestly. It's interesting. Thanks for hacking that
definitely
data.
Not like, yeah, definitely not ransom-worthy data, I would say.
Nope. This is one of those things where it's like these hackers, just the fact that they've gotten in, I think is enough to scare some people, right? Into thinking, oh well, we don't know what they got. So
Yeah, I mean, seems like Take-Two might have had some idea because they were not like they didn't really respond to it at all. We're just like, no.
mm-hmm.
So either they knew or did not care what information they had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm betting they did actually now.
I'm sure with the lack of response
Yeah.
at all. I'm sure they had an idea at least of what they got.
Yeah, and it could have been a thing too where it's like I don't know. I imagine that they probably have decent enough security going on that they probably have like audit trails and you know all the forensic data that they figured out exactly what happened, and we're like, we don't need to worry about it. So some companies don't have that when they really should, though. And that's where you get into a situation, like I said, where the fear is enough to go, shit, guess we pay them.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Next up I got Pragmata.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you have a little something on this, but well,
I mean, it kind
related.
of leads into
Yeah. So Capcom announced on the 20th that Pragmata had sold 1 million copies in 2 days. With it being completely new IP, that's kind of been what Capcom has been hyping up, what fans have been hyping up. I mean, I hadn't even read this article when we talked yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was yesterday. But yeah, like that's the thing. Like, I think Capcom has been they've had their go-to IPs that they've been able to return to and continue making great games. But I think what's really important here is that it shows that they actually don't have to rest on those laurels. They can come up with some new ideas and still making incredible games. So I know a lot there was a lot put into this. I don't know what all the, like, how much it actually cost. I don't think it mentioned that in the article here, but I know that I had read before that, like, this was really like a AAA game.
Oh yeah, Pragmata.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that's like a big new IP for them.
Yeah, so there was a
like a
lot put into it. Yeah,
I believe it's still running on the RE engine.
oh, is it? I didn't realize
I
that.
believe so. I mean, they've been using that engine for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, I think, I don't know, I still haven't touched it yet. I gotta start playing that because I mean, the demo was so fun. But yeah, Capcom, they're doing good things.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Capcom, they are definitely having a great year. Resident Evil Requiem sold 7 million copies in 2 months, outpacing Resident Evil 4 remake by quite a lot.
Yeah.
Just insane few months for them with this and Pragmata. That's pretty insane.
Yeah, no. I hope they bring more things that the fans want, old and new.
I just like seeing that, like, they're at least trying like different stuff. They're really leaning into their whole price scaling model, where different games, you know, like the price of the game is really based on like the development stuff.
Yeah.
All the remakes seem to be cheaper, and their smaller games, they don't have a problem being like $30 to $40. Where they're bigger games like Pragmata are, you know, bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's fair. So yeah, go Capcom. I just saw the cakes.
Yeah, those cakes are cool, right? So the celebration cakes.
Oh no, ads, pop-ups. Ugh. Okay. Anything else? Want to add on that?
No, I think that's, I mean,
Capcom.
I'm happy for Capcom.
Yeah.
I like them as a video game company. So.
Yeah, they're definitely one of the better ones.
Yeah, not perfect by any means, but
no. But who is? You know?
I don't know some of these other ones.
So there's this new report that came out from Skill Search, found that 22% of those surveyed had been laid off within the last 12 months in the games industry, with many of them, I think 44% respondents considered leaving the industry because of not just jobs that either they had personally lost, but also because other people had lost. They see this market shrinking. They see their studio isn't getting in jobs. There's a bunch of different factors going on here, but and this company, I believe they're UK based. Everything seems to be UK based here, except they did do the survey, not just in the UK. I think they did the US. Yeah, they did UK, Europe, North America, APAC, and MENA regions. So this was a pretty widespread study that they did, and like I mean, this isn't surprising. You know, there's even talks in here about concerns of AI use. 64% believed it negatively affected the industry's creativity. So none of this, I don't think, is surprising to anyone, but I think what it really points to is that there is a level of, I guess you could say, like downtroddenness or like almost depression about the industry coming from within the industry at this point.
Well, yeah, how are they not supposed to be? I mean,
Yeah.
fuck, we talk about it all the time. How many been fired and stuff. If there was ever a like industry that needed it the most, like unionizing the game industry, like needs to happen.
Yeah.
What was it? I don't have it as a news. I actually had it as last week's, but I didn't put it this one because it's a bit far. But like Ubisoft fired those people from Halifax. We talked about like a month ago, and just a couple weeks ago, they were able to formulate like an agreement with them to that, like, because the Halifax one was unionized, they have like they reached like agreements for the separation and stuff that they are all finding at least acceptable. And they like thanked like the union for like helping them with that. We need to get these game industry unionized and more industries unionized. But we're here talking about games. So games.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think so. That's I think the whole force is going to shrink, and those that stay around, they're going to be in the union of some sort, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're going to see happen.
So I mean, and there's a part of me that
enough, it kind of ties into. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
But it interestingly ties into like this interview that I was just reading yesterday or the day before. It was with American McGee, the guy who did the Alice games. He was talking how he kind of set a precedent for like what he was able to do, because his like contract with EA was a lot like film, like the film industry contracts, where as long as they hit like certain metrics of time and budget, they were pretty well left alone, to the point that like even when EA like suggested things, they could say no. He told a story about how they wanted the second game to be a lot more mature, so they upped the violence and gore. But like EA came out, or I guess approached him, were like, "Hey, can you make it sexier?" And his response was he put he pasted like a bunch of dildos to like an evil snail's head and sent it back to him, and was never asked again.
I think it's sexy.
Okay, don't ask this guy what's sexy.
That's pretty good. I approve. Yeah, what I was gonna say was I don't like this I think that the industry is flooded with developers, and that is kind of the issue. I don't think that's the core issue, but it means these business type, publishing companies and studios, it's their market, right? They get to choose. And I think a lot of that was, selling that coding and programming for games and all that when we were younger. Like that's like, I think so many people ate it up, that there's a lot of people.
I know a lot of people in my generation. Yeah, I know a lot of people, at least in my generation, who did that was their dream, was to pursue that.
Yeah,
like multiple means. I mean, even my brother, younger brother, still has like some aspiration there.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's all good and
forever.
Well, but there's other issues too that came up. You had all these companies who were, selling these education plans to kids and ripping them off, not giving them a great education to begin with, not setting their expectations correctly. Some of these schools were horribly fake. there's so many issues. And then that's not even to say when people finally left school and started going and working for these big companies, where what they were doing was not what they expected at all. You know, a lot of people just ended up doing QA, you know, and I think I think there's something to be said, like, you kind of have to go out and start on your own to get like that real experience. I feel you can't just sign up with one of these big game companies. I mean, if you could sign up with a smaller company, that might be a lot different. But I don't know. It's one of those things where if the amount of developers out there starts to shrink, then maybe all of this actually can be for the better overall. Where employees maybe actually start getting paid what they're worth. But yeah, at this point, I mean, I would have liked to see some more information on this. Like I'm gonna have to go find the study itself, because this just came from Game Industry .biz, and I think it would be interesting to see like more details on age groups and more questions and, you know, all the details and whatnot, to see kind of where these video game developers, where they actually lie, where they're going, what they're planning on doing, because a shift has to happen one way or another, I think.
Yeah, it, like, stuff needs to change. I mean, it's so bad. It like especially like the whole doomerism AI bit in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotten like just real bad.
Yeah.
That kind of leads into my next little thing. So according to a Reuters report, Meta is now using Trek movement and keystroke tracking, keyloggers and stuff, to train AIs.
Yep.
Leading to like most of their staff believing that, you know, they're being trained out of a job.
Yeah.
Apparently, according to a Meta spokesperson, it's that their AI models need real examples of people using computers for everyday tasks in order to automate them. No kidding.
Yeah, seems obvious.
To automate what? The job that people should be getting paid for?
Hey, and I mean, like, I don't know. Like, for me, it's like, that's what computers are here for, right? We want to make our lives easier by automating some of these processes. I mean, that's what happens on your computer in the background all the time. But how this is going to be used, like, is this a tool that's going to be given to their employees? Is it gonna nix out people by just copying everything that they do? Like, it ain't gonna be as intelligent as you think it is.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, we're also seeing like people pointing out how like dangerous this bubble, like this whole AI bubble is. Find out who this guy was. I forgot what it says it in here. Zitron, an AI industry critic, uh, who reports on the what he calls the most annoying bubble in history. He kind of goes into a little bit on like his personal little newsletter, that like the cultural paranoia of AI training and stuff like that. And he says from his sources that everyone he knows who works for Meta doesn't want to work there anymore. And that like this whole thing has just been like negatively impacted everyone's morale for working with the company. And they're also reportedly supposed to be laying off like a fuck ton more people. Microsoft or Meta in general is supposed to be laying off nearly 8,000 people in May, also according to Routers. So it's just it's scary.
Yeah. Well, like I don't know why you need like to go as far as like a key logger. And that doesn't seem right to me. Cuz it's like even for training AI, like you don't necessarily want that, I don't think. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, it's adding because they have these human workers. They can kind of add to the like logic part, right?
That's what I mean, though, is that like AI doesn't need that,
but it shouldn't need that. Yeah, it should be able to do that well more than looking at your employees.
Yeah, I mean, like, you could do things like, I mean, there could be monitoring software, but going as far as, like, key logging, that's just, like, I don't know. It sounds like there's something more going on. And I'm not saying it isn't going to be used that way. I guess, technically, like, yeah, sure, you can train the AI model to be more human-like with doing that. But, I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. And yeah, that sort of stuff is the thing that's like, nope, get me away from it. But these companies are desperately holding on to their AI. Yeah, because they spent a shit ton of money. They have to justify it somewhere.
Yeah. They self-perpetuated a bubble, and now they really need it to pan out.
Yeah, and again, like most of these like AI things that I'm seeing, like they're just scripts. You're calling it AI, but it's just a marketing term at this point. A lot of them are just scripts.
Oh yeah, it's all buzzwords. Yeah. I mean, I guess one thing that they've been using in Meta is internally they've been using the buzzword super intelligence. And there's steps towards it. Look, AI is getting pretty far, but nowhere near super intelligence.
No, that's ridiculous. Some people.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, speaking of creepiness, Sony it's said to be adding some age verification features to PlayStation Online. Allegedly first for social stuff.
Well, did you hear that there's like a bill going through for like OS systems?
Oh yeah, no, that's already gone through. Yeah. Well, like it's partially passed. I think it needs to go through. It needs to be signed or something. I'm not sure.
It went through the House.
But that's just in California, right? It's not bound for the federal government. I don't think. Is it? Is there a different one?
I thought that's what I saw.
I know there's this California thing, and we might be talking about two different bills, but they're essentially maybe the same thing. Because for the California one, like for Linux, Windows, like any OS, you have to provide proof of your age, right?
Yeah, no, this is going through the U.S. House.
Okay, so there's a separate
the Parents Decide Act.
Well, there's a lot of issues with that. I don't know.
I didn't put it in my news because I actually don't think it's going to go anywhere.
It could.
If it does make it further, then I'll look into it more.
Yeah, because I mean, this is the thing. Like these things are. Will somebody please think of the children? You know.
Very pearl clutchy.
Yes. So, yeah, like this allegedly some people reported on Reddit that they had received some notification from Sony saying that they need to verify their age to continue accessing some communication features. Services like games, trophies, and the store will still be accessible if you do not verify your age. But yeah, in the UK and Ireland, it's a one-time check. Only takes a few minutes. You need to go through a website and you set up facial recognition, scan your ID or phone number, and that's how you complete the verification process. It doesn't seem to be an issue here in the US at this point, but it could be coming. I think this is such a tricky topic because, like, in a world where where video game consoles they are marketed to kids, where you have a very huge underage player base. You know, it's one of those things where it's like I can see how this can be impactful in fighting some of the really horrible shit that we do see. But again, like the level that it goes to does make me worried, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Evil see.
And we'll see if that goes through and it all comes down the pipeline later this year. What's going to happen? You know, if these bills pass, you know, in the next few years, is it going to be a requirement that, yeah, when you turn on your phone, well, now you got to verify your ID, got to verify your age.
Yeah. Who knows how bad it's going to get. In better news, there was a bit of an update with Stop Killing Games.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago. They've been doing, you know, meetings with what was it, like the European prime ministers or whatever.
Yeah.
And apparently in their last one, everyone was real positive to the message being sent. Nothing's come like permanently from it yet, but talks are going really well. And seemingly all of the prime ministers have been not only responsive to it, but like positively responsive.
Yeah. I watched some of it. Yeah, I think he's outlining the case decently and well.
Yeah, he's definitely proven why Deus Ex is the best game ever. I'm just kidding.
I think there's still some concerns about some of the wording and whatnot. And that's going to be something that, you know, lawyers are going to have to figure out. And I hope doesn't get swept under the rug. I hope, it's very, very clear how it will all work. Because some of the wording that he did give to Parliament, to the European UK, I don't know what they're called. Those guys over there. It sounded like there's a lot of games that are of concern that will not be included in this legislation. So I don't know. That's something I want to watch the full thing. I just saw a few clips. But I want to watch the full thing to see, like, okay, maybe he does address that in other places or whatnot. But yeah, we'll have to see. I'm glad they're making progress, though, honestly. And dude taking the charge seems like he's extremely busy now.
Most definitely. He's been a bit busy.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, did you hear about this BAFTA indie trailer stuff that was happening?
I was gonna watch the BAFTA award thing, but I never ended up doing it.
Well, there's this developer, Alex Jones, who said that she got called saying that they wanted to put the trailer for her indie game, The Quiet Things, into the BAFTA Awards, and then she was informed that it needs to fall within their guidelines, because of the subject material of the game. It's, what's the word? It's sensitive, right? There's very sensitive themes. It has to do a lot with from what I understand, like depression, anxiety, stuff like that. So because of the fact that there's talks of suicide and child abuse and whatnot, like they had to cut down the trailer aggressively, which is understandable. But just, I guess, a few hours before the BAFTA started, they were told that, quote, "We made a compliance decision not to show the trailer of an unreleased game that contains themes that may be a trigger for some, in consideration of our guests, as we are not in a position to sufficiently warn them." Which is really weird, because it feels like you should have been able to at least have that ready to go, considering the topic of the trailer that you wanted to show off. Like, that should have been there to begin with. And there's a bit of an extra kind of flair to this, considering the game is supposed to be about being able to have a voice, to then, kind of get routed in this way of, oh yeah, you're gonna be able to get this across to a crap ton of people, only to be told, no, you're not. So yeah, some irony there. But I'm hoping that this snafu actually gets them some much needed attention for their game. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for this, because something with a heavy topic like this, sometimes it's exactly what I need in a game, even if it is depressing and whatnot.
Well, yeah, it's kind of the same sense as, like, the horses or whatever.
Yeah,
talking about like sensitive matters and stuff like that. It is important to people.
So the demo for the Quiet Things that is out now, so you can check it out. Its planned release date is June 4th. But yeah.
Sweet. Let's see. I guess speaking on releases, Shapes 2 is coming out on full release. It's getting its 1.0 release.
Already out on 1.0.
Yeah.
That was like this week, right?
Yeah, it just happened this week.
Yeah.
And it came with a new game mode that apparently focuses less on the specific puzzles and more on building massive multi-purpose factories. So big old new gameplay mode, which is always cool, especially for games that have been in early access for a while.
Yeah.
Gives those people who played it previously a new way to play. But yeah, it's out now. Check it out. The new mode looks pretty cool. It looks like more legit, like sitting like logistical lines over building like certain shapes. I don't know. I just watched the trailer. It looked pretty cool.
Last one's all you.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought you had one. I got one more release thing. Dave the Diver has like a really big DLC coming out pretty soon.
Dave the Diver. Sorry.
A little bit of an interview on it. Because they're like, they're really like changing things around. They're taking it to like a whole new place and changing around some of the like the mechanics of the game. Because they want you to do more of like the cozy game thing, and you got to go like talk to townsfolk and stuff. Which is super cool.
Nice.
But it looks pretty good. The interview, during the interview, the guy says it's roughly about 10 hours long.
That's pretty significant.
Go into like a freshwater lake, and instead of sushi, because most freshwater fish can't be used for sushi, you're doing like a grill. For the food portion of it. But it looks really cool. It's fun.
That does look really cool, actually. I'm interested. I need to finally check out that game.
Yeah, it's super fun. I really liked it. That's all I got. That was all my news.
Cool. Well then, let's get into our weeks. Who wants to go first? Who wants to go
first this week?
Do it.
Yeah, that will do it. I did not really have much of a week. I got working 12-hour shifts over at my job, so
dang.
Most of my time.
12-hour shifts.
Yeah. We lost another guy over there. Quitter.
Oh, I thought he was like maybe in the basement or something.
Yeah, I mean those tunnels.
Yeah,
go everywhere under there.
They do.
They do. I get lost down there. No, he just quit. I don't know if he had like a better thing going on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever there, but moved on from what he was doing there. So now there's like we're at like half crew for the thing I work over there. So it's until summertime.
Yeah.
So like next 3 weeks here, I gotta work 12s over at my job, and don't have a lot of free time, but I did get to catch up on some shows with Christian on Friday, finally. Got to see the end of Invincible, or well, the end of the season of Invincible.
Yeah.
The show's not over or anything, but finished up the season. Really good. Like the new season. I'm sure Christian will have stuff to say about it as well, but I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. And rewatching, we went and rewatched all the old stuff too before we started watching. So getting to see the evolution of the show.
Yeah.
Still feel like season 3 might have been stronger, but there's definitely some dead time in the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's true for like most shows. It's not their fault.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, overall very, very enjoyable show. Like in the Invincible. And then watched more of the Daredevil, and we haven't watched the new Your Friends or Neighbors. I'm still pretty behind on that show. I haven't watched From yet. Maybe do that today.
Real quick on the Daredevil thing, I just want to say, so we're Rhiannon and I are now in the 3rd season of the Netflix show, and I don't know if we're gonna make it through. And I think having watched the 2nd season and the 3rd season, you guys had previously watched those before watching Born Again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that these 2 seasons, because I didn't watch them before, I have a much more favorable view of Born Again. Because now in the 3rd season, what you guys are talking about, how it takes forever, and how I can feel that, because there's a lot of that angstiness from Matt that's going on, and I can see how that's just an extension in Born Again, versus where I didn't experience that it kind of it didn't feel as bad, I don't think, to me, not having seen those 2 seasons previously. So I'm coming around at what you guys are saying.
Watching the other ones are making the Born Again worse.
I really think so. Like, honestly, like, as I'm going through, I'm like, God,
it's just
like,
paced a little bit more poorly, which I think is partially because of the source material.
I don't think
Born
so.
Again seems like it's pretty much paced out like the source material.
Yeah. I think you're right. You're right.
Yeah, not the main show, but
yeah,
that's what I think, because that's like the act 1 and 2 in Born Again is like he spends the first half of the comic moping around, not wanting to be Daredevil, and then he spends the second half of the comic. It's what Frank Miller does with every one of his comics.
Yeah.
He gave Batman the exact same treatment with Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
It's not, nothing crazy there.
Yeah, no.
But it doesn't pace well for like a two-part series.
Yeah.
The first part's just boring, and then the second part's where all the gas was at.
But I mean, that's the thing, is like, it just feels like such a retread of the previous seasons that it's annoying.
Yeah, definitely retreading some of the same ground. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know if I want to be Daredevil. I don't know if I can kill people.
yeah, it's always it's like a slightly different way every time, and it's like, all right, we get it. You're Catholic. You have guilt.
You're conflicted about this stuff.
But yeah, From. Can't wait for all that.
Yeah, I didn't check that out. And then I've been playing, well, very little of Everwind. Yeah, a little time to play today, but things been going well on the Everwind. My ship has grown larger.
Mm-hmm.
I still think we would all enjoy this game as like a multiplayer game.
I really
Although I
do
don't
too.
even have the time to like agree to any good time to play multiplayer or anything.
I know we gotta. Let's try to do this real quick, live on air. When can we play with Ben? Saturday morning is what I'm thinking.
That'd probably work. Yeah,
He can be up in the early hours. I think we should shoot for that, right?
Yeah, I mean, or every other Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, I'm free. Yeah, I'm free every other Sunday.
Like this Sunday.
This Sunday will not work for me.
Or I'm just pointing out so that the every other is landed correctly.
Gotcha.
Like this Sunday.
Okay.
Next Sunday's not gonna work out for us.
Yeah.
Every other Sunday. From like this Sunday.
So either next Saturday morning or the Saturday morning after that.
I mean, honestly, Saturday morning might be pretty decent because we usually don't have anything to do but wait for someone to
We're
wake
usually
up.
just waiting for
Yeah.
waiting for magic peoples to be awake.
Yeah.
That's when the magic starts.
Yep.
That is generally what we spend. Yeah, what we spend Saturday waiting on.
Yeah, let's do Saturday morning. And then if Ben can't make it, then maybe we could play
We're doomed.
some of this.
Doom.
Doom, 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 doom. Cause yeah, this I want to build an airship.
Pretty fun. Pretty fun game. I got two floors on my airship so far. Coming along nicely.
Nice. You
Yeah.
You gonna add a third?
Yeah. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Sticking with this for now.
I was trying to think if I had. Oh well, I guess I played a bit of Vampire Crawlers. Christian's been more involved with that than I have. He's got probably a little bit more to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's been playing the shit out of it. I just picked it up yesterday. I played it like a little bit.
I wouldn't say the shit. Oh, that would tell you.
I will.
Okay, never mind then. He's probably right.
Playing the shit out of it. But yeah, that's it. That was my week. Play a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Well, mostly just this when I did have time to play video games. Mostly just woke up and went to work and then came home and went to bed. And that was my week.
Cool.
You didn't really have time for much.
That's why I went first, because it was going to be a short one. Thus concludes my short week. Who's next?
Frankie?
I can go
Went
next.
first last week.
Or did you go next last time?
I don't know. I don't keep track like you guys do. I just agree with you guys.
I honestly don't keep track either.
Yeah, I never remember.
I'm usually not sure who went first last week. Yeah.
Yeah. So mostly all I've been doing is I checked out the new Marvel Rivals mode, which has been, I think, a pretty big improvement over the last PvE. The big thing with it is that it's a lot less RNG going on, and you actually get to build out your character, which is pretty cool. They took, from what I can see, because again, I haven't had a whole lot of time, but it looks like a lot of the cards that you used to get randomly in between rounds, that's now been placed into this skill tree, And there's slight variations on it than from what the previous mode was. And you get to fight Wolfcap, Ratatoskr, Dracula, and Fisk is a special boss. And yeah, I think it's really well put together. The only complaint that I think I have is that if you switch to a different character, you have to kind of start from the beginning of the game and work your way up. Like skill points aren't earned for everyone like they were in the last one.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that it is a real bummer that you can't just like you go halfway through and you're like, oh, maybe I want to play somebody else, and you just switch over to them. That was one of the best things about the zombie mode. But yeah, vampire mode does not have that. So that's really my only complaint. They took away, like, all the characters are there except for Magic. Magic was removed, and they added Moon Knight and who's the other one?
All the hate towards my girl Magic.
I don't know. I think it's more story based.
All the hate.
All the hate.
Yeah, the story, they all hate Magic.
Who's the other one? Moon Knight, and I can't think of it now. I don't know why.
The moon.
Yeah, Moon Knight's pretty great. Like if you go Punch Knight mode, he just beats the shit out of everyone. It's great, punching all the vampires.
Punching vampires is good. Oh.
And I think the new characters that they are a little more busted. Oh, Squirrel Girl. It's Squirrel Girl. Because I think the way that these PvE modes are set up, it's not exactly like they didn't really flesh out everything. Like they kind of want it to be a little bit broken. So I think the older characters, they're less broken because they've adjusted them according to what they saw before. But yeah, it looks like Moon Knight and Squirrel Girl, they're gonna be the top tier. Like if you get the build just right, you can break them. So I hope they make some changes, but it's been pretty fun. Yeah, the only thing I hope they change the skill points. Like I don't even care if you don't give me like any of the armor drops or anything, and I have to work on getting some of those. Because there is still a gambling system. You can like break down armor and weapons to get shards, which then you can craft into new armor and weapons. So and there's of course it's just a chance of what you get, like, and it gives you the probability in there and whatnot. So fun times. I definitely want to check out more of it. The other thing is I picked up Tomodachi Life. That's what I'm playing now. It's good stuff. I don't know what to say about it other than it's a fun little sim here. So yeah, it's adorable. It's quirky. It's everything I want.
That's good.
I want to really start up Pragmatic because Zoe gifted that to me as an early birthday gift. So I have it, but I haven't started it yet. So I'm excited to get in on that.
Yeah, I would be too. That game looks really fun.
Yeah. I did watch the first episode of From. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, should I just rewatch it? And then I was like, no, there's too much going on.
You don't have to rewatch that show.
They have a pretty good, like, here's what happened previously at the beginning of the season.
I figured they would. That's why I wasn't all too worried about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What should we talk about?
Yep. Yep. Yeah, no, it was good stuff. Rianne was telling me that it's actually, this is going to be the penultimate season. So obviously, being the first episode, there's still more questions coming up, but I can't wait to see what they're going to resolve this season to really make some questions stand out for the last one, right?
Yeah.
And other than that, yeah, I don't think I got anything else. So take it away, Christian.
Well, now I feel put on the spot.
You are.
Oh, okay then. Well, see, I've done things, I think.
Yeah.
I kicked my habit of Diablo 2.
Well,
And
that
what
was
did
your
you
calling
replace
finding
that
a
with?
new addiction.
Yeah.
Don't judge me for how I cope, okay? Yeah, I got Vampire Crawlers. The new Vampire Survivor spin-off game. And I love it. Don't have a problem. Whatever you hear Andrew say is a lie.
It's a pretty big problem.
They've done a really good job, and I play a handful of them, but I'm not like the biggest fan of deck building games.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this one just it keeps enough of that like Vampire Survivors style where everything's really easy and quick pace
Yeah.
that it just it's so much like Vampire Survivors, where it just gives you the perfect amount of dopamine hits to fill your brain up with all the pretty flashy lights. They're great. They really know how to get to my neurodivergent brain.
That's good.
So quite enjoying that. It was like $10. It's a little bit of a discount right now, so I highly recommend people pick it up. The evolutions and stuff are still the same, which is really fun. So like past knowledge of the Vampire Survivors is a positive. Yeah, it's really good. I also picked up another game called Skull Horde, which is also a pretty solid game. It's a roguelike game where you play a lich whose body betrays you and leaves you to become the evil lich lord, and so you're left just the head of an undead lich, and you basically are like a necromancer class from any like Diablo style game. Just you go through the stage with like a horde of undead minions, and each time you go down a level, the money you earn from the stage allows you to purchase like more units, and every so often those units will like upgrade so they'll become stronger, and your goal is just to get like as far as you can, and kind of a Risk of Rain mechanic where it gets like progressively more difficult as time goes on. There's like a little timer in the corner that tells you, "Hey, you're this far in your difficulty." Starting out as like easy and ramping. I think they have different names, but you get the concept.
Yeah.
But it's pretty fun. Pretty fun little roguelike game. Also, it was like super cheap, like $10. So those were a lot of fun. I played those.
That's good. That's good.
We did watch shows. Episode 8 of Invincible, which was pretty epic, and fucking poor Mark is just like a big old ball of fucked up PTS.
Going through some shit.
Yeah, after getting fucked up off planet, he comes back to the planet thinking it's gonna get attacked and gets all scared. It's all good. That show's written really well. I think I saw a thing that says they're gonna have like the goal right now is 9-season completion of their like story. So hopefully that gets to. Hopefully we get to see that all play out. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Born Again, that's pretty good. I think a problem I've had with the shows recently is that so many of them hit like way too close to reality. You got like the Daredevil having like this vigilante task force that's very reminiscent of like ICE.
Yeah, that shit was written in the 80s though.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And it was a response to like New York doing their whole like
over policing thing. Yeah,
their whole over policing thing. Yeah.
No, I get why it's there.
The 80s, yeah.
And I get that it's not like they're trying to be. It's just sort of happening.
It is very poignant.
It's just kind of like it's like with The Boys, where it's like this over parody, right? Like everything's supposed to be over exaggerated, but like it's just feeling more relevant than ever. You know, like
it's just the things that are happening.
It just feels way too fucking close to home.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not their fault. Like this was written before these events happened. It's not like they're not South Park.
Yeah.
Where it was, written day of. So it's just kind of, it is a little exhausting with the shows, even though all of them have been like pretty good. Daredevil has definitely gotten better this season than last season, with there being more actual Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps it way more entertaining. Jessica Jones came into this last episode. Fun. That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Boys has gotten pretty good. I'm glad that this is like the final season. Just because the show is starting to feel a little like the samesies. And I feel if it went on too long, I would just get bored of it and tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm glad that they have like an ending and are going to be able to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's satisfying.
Hopefully. We'll see. It's always a toss-up with shows.
It's a toss-up with endings, right?
Yep.
Some of the best writers in the world, Stephen King, can't write an ending to save his life, but damn good writer. All the pretty flashy lights. God damn. Sorry, I almost got a seizure from my game. It was great.
That's when you're doing good at Vampire Survivors.
Heck yeah, I was doing really good at it. Fuck, crushing it over here. Let's see what else. What else was there? that's about it. I'm still waiting for the next book of Dungeon Crawler Carl. Comes out really soon. So pretty excited about that. If no one's listened to that book, that's a book I would recommend. It's really good, and apparently a lot of people love it, so it's clearly a safe one to recommend.
Cool.
I think that's about you. You upgraded my PC, so there was that. I got an upgraded PC.
Oh yeah,
I'm all fucking decked out. It seems to be running great. It's not like I've played anything to push it to its limit or anything, but it's staying at temp and everything.
Good.
And I have the glass on it, which usually I don't.
Glass.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how that thermal compound is going to work out for you and Zoe. Because I do have it in the new server that I have, but I haven't looked at the temperatures yet.
That's kind of one reason I decided to go ahead and keep it in this, or use the glass. Because before I wasn't using it.
Yeah.
Which might have been one of the reasons my thermal paste was drying out a bit. You said.
I think it's just old, starting to get old. And it was just a little bit, it was just like, I noticed like some of it was a little stuck on the CPU or on the cooler, I think it was actually. So yeah, it was just like beginnings of starting to dry out. But that stuff is pretty cool. So you gotta kind of, you have to put it in the fridge for 15 minutes before you actually apply it. And it comes with this film on it. You just slap it on. It's really hard to work to get the film off. Having a razor blade definitely helps. But as it warms up, it will become more gooey. So if it's out for a little too long, if you're not able to get it onto the CPU fast enough, when you peel away the plastic, it just sticks to the plastic. So it'll rip it up and shred it, which is what happened with my server. But I think it's still going to be okay on my server, because once it actually heats up again, it should turn liquidy and then set properly. So
it sounds so much like when you do like recipes with like lots of butter, and certain recipes with butter, you got to make sure that the butter doesn't get like too warm and malleable.
Yeah.
So you got to keep like cooling it, like croissants.
Yeah.
You want like perfect croissants that like butter can't get too warm. So if you take too long, you have to like make sure you're either doing it in a super cold room or do like a fold and put it back in the fridge and make sure it's cold. Like that shit can't get soft at all.
Yeah.
So it reminds me a bit of that.
Yeah, it is kind of like that. So it's good stuff. We'll see how it goes temperature. I read some reviews where people were like, "Oh, this is the worst stuff ever." I'm like, "Did you take the plastic off?" I don't know.
There's plastic
because it's working great for me. So
haven't had any overheating on my side.
Yeah,
and not.
Every time I've gone into like the server settings, it should give me an alert if the temperature is too high, and it hasn't. So I think it'll work great.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you can try and have you tried like stress testing it at all?
No, that's what I mean. I haven't done that, and for the server, I'm not really going to be able to stress test it. I mean, it's just the file server and the domain controller. So I want to get some for my computer because I haven't taken off the cooler in a long time either. Like mine's probably pretty dry. So yeah. Then I'll be able to stress test it. Stress test it with some gaming in Linux. Want to do that.
Linux gaming.
Mm-hmm.
From what I hear, it's a lot more viable than it used to be.
I mean, last time that I tried it all out, it was working great. I think I want to switch away from Pop OS though, and do some load up some Linux Mint and see how it goes with that. So
fair.
And Linux Mint is Ubuntu based, so which I think Pop OS is as well. So I don't know. From what I've heard, is that going Ubuntu is probably the best for if you want to do some gaming.
I think it used to be that way for a while. It's been that way for a bit. No.
Well, there's been some significant like updates to Ubuntu Linux that have made it a lot better in like just the like most recent like months. Before that, there were a few things that worked really well. But it's always been kind of hit or miss until I feel like the last year or so. And I think that's primarily been because of Steam and the Steam Deck. Like, I don't think Linux gaming would be anywhere near where it is today without that. That's definitely changed things for the better.
Yeah. Well, that, and I think with a lot of the things, like a lot more people have been like looking for alternatives to get rid of Microsoft, right? Like that.
Yeah.
It's been a thing for a little bit now. So I think with that, people have been like, yeah, more of a push of people trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think bottom line is if you live in a web browser, you don't do anything outside of that, except for if you're doing video editing, like you got DaVinci that works on it. Like, yeah, Adobe doesn't work inside of Linux, which is kind of a bummer on my side, but the things that DaVinci has been doing, like, I don't know if I'm gonna even want Adobe soon. But there's a lot of good Linux apps out there that are like professional level alternatives, but not for everything. So for the most part, if you live in your browser, and maybe you have one or two of those apps that you can find on Linux, and you do some gaming, then I think it works great. If you're doing a lot of like tweaking and whatnot, you know, with the system and you know, if you need to use a Microsoft Office stuff, that's not gonna work. Adobe stuff ain't gonna work. OBS is, I tested it out a little bit, kind of hit or miss. Go XLR, that works thanks to some community support, and it works pretty dang well actually. Once you get the community support going, but nothing official. Elgato, that doesn't work at all. Those drivers just do not exist. So there's a lot of things that you might come up on if you want to do something out of the unusual or out of the ordinary, where you kind of have to plan for it first. You have to go, okay, what's going to work with Linux? But if you're not doing anything like that, you're just browsing the web, playing some games day in and day out, I think it's a really good alternative to Windows. And the fact that you can customize it like far beyond what you can do with Windows, that's even better.
That's true.
So
I want to see it because, I mean, Microsoft has had like a lock on OS for way too long.
Yeah, I mean, there's things that I do love about Windows. There's a lot of things I hate about Windows too, but I mean, I loved Windows XP. Windows XP was great. If I can go back to those days, give them to me. I mean,
Yeah, I'd say that's the moment it still felt like real, like your platform.
yeah. And things made sense
Right.
for the most part. Like, yeah, sometimes there's something in a weird menu, but it felt pretty intuitive.
Yeah, everything seemed to be like in a folder that it would belong to.
Yeah. I mean, there's things now where like Windows 11, like finally in Windows 10, you hit the power button and that's where the like sign off thing was.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
in Windows 11, they've moved it to when you click on your account icon, which is where it should have been to begin with. But like that change has been, it was annoying to get used to. So, yeah. And then don't get me started about the AI stuff and scanning all your files constantly and
Jesus.
everything. So,
Every time I turn around, things like, hey,
I mean, if they can legitimately do some, make it better. 11 was pretty shit to begin with. I think it's in an okay state now. If they continue to actually make it better, then fine. But it hasn't been going that way. Every update that comes out, it's like, well, here's a 50-50 chance that all your shit's gonna break.
yeah.
So,
I do think it's important. I don't know. I think just them having competition in general in any sort of OS space is good.
yeah.
I mean, Linux has been there for, ever, but
Yeah, it's
Getting
competed in
into,
a
like-
different way to have it as a consumer product.
yeah,
I think it's pretty
actually
close
a
to
true
ready.
contender for your average consumer.
Yep. It's pretty close if it's not there yet. So we'll see. I think if gamers continue to pick it up, then maybe we'll see some better adoption for some bigger applications. I mean, Microsoft already does tons of Linux development. They develop Office for Macs. I think it's a hop, skip, and a jump away from them developing Office for Linux, and I think that alone would get people to switch, because like when you look at the free alternatives to the Office suite, there really isn't. Like, Office is still the best. Which is saying something, because it's not really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got beat up really bad.
Don't do it.
I got my ass beat.
It does happen.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah.
That's the loop of vampire surviving.
Mm-hmm. That's the loop with vampires. You know?
Just beating ass.
Yeah. Well. Shall we end it there?
Yeah.
Hit it with a little vampire beat ass.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We do the podcast pretty much every week at on Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time.
Boy, we try our hardest.
Yeah. You can catch us on the YouTube and the Twitch. Head over to our website, classicgamerbrain.com. You can also find a link to our Discord at discord.classicgamerbrain.com. Thank you, Tulips, for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coffee, for joining.
For having me.
Yeah. And is that it? Anybody want to add anything?
No, yeah, hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit the you follow, hit the things, do the thing, comment.
Do
about how
all
much
the
you
things.
hate
all
my
that,
voice.
all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll catch you guys next time. Love you. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. It's time to go.
Just waiting for something.
He's gonna pull stuff out of his ass.
Yep.
I don't ever do that.
No, just leave him up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a wet shit in a Waffle House.